It all comes down to this. It is the final match between Google and Microsoft of the After Hours Gaming League. Now, for any of you who are unfamiliar with the format, the way that it works with the teams tied at 2-2 is that each team gets to choose one player to send out for the final match on Shattered Temple. It does not matter if that player has played before or not. Anyone who is on their team is allowed to play in the final match known as the Ace Match. And in the right, we have Cowsrule as the green Zerg from Team Microsoft. Keep in mind, Cowsrule lost a Zerg vs. Zerg in the second round to Morphe. So let's see if he can manage to pull back and take a win for his team. On the left, we have HelloWorld from Team Google. HelloWorld also lost his match previously. And oh, looks like HelloWorld is going for an 8-pool. Ooh, baby, baby. Now keep in mind, HelloWorld from Team Google lost a ZVT on Backwater Gulch to Bay, so both of these players have one loss under their belt. One player is walking away 0-2 and taking a loss for his team, and one of them will tie up his individual score 1-1, but step away with sweet, glorious victory for his or her team. Said Sean with remarkable political correctness. HelloWorld now sending out a scout drone. He did 8-pool, wants to put on a lot of pressure early, but keep in mind, an 8-pool is not actually some sort of all-in cheese in this matchup. You can definitely get away with getting 2 early queens and then powering drones hardcore. In fact, one of the big reasons people love going for early pools is the advantage of that incredibly early queen. 3 Zerglings coming out right now. We do see that there are 8 drones mining right now for the Zerg player from Team Google. And of course, Cowsrule is going for the gas pool build. Look how early that geyser is. He's definitely going to have Zergling speed up, but he doesn't even have his spawning pool done. And we see more Zerglings popping out for HelloWorld. There's another pair of Zerglings. Just now, will he have enough to begin building that queen? There it does go down immediately, and with this first drone showing up, he might very well go for some sort of spine crawler push at the start. You can build a spine crawler to peel these drones away from the defense, but it looks like, yeah, that looks like exactly what he's doing. He's going to be hiding the drone. Will he build it on the creep? It looks like he is going to be building it, and there it is. A spine crawler going down. Cowsrule looks like has not reacted to it yet. He's going to need to do that fast. His own spawning pool finishes. He's leaving some drones to mine, trying not to over-respond to this. Oh my gosh, HelloWorld is gonna have to... Oh my gosh, he doesn't actually have to cancel. The Zerglings arrive just in time. Cowsrule is having to pull back, building a spine crawler in his own main base. But wow, these Zerglings managed to pick it off. HelloWorld in good position, just trying to extend time to see if he can keep the spine crawler alive. Cowsrule in a terrible spot, has enough for Zergling speed, but definitely not going to go for it. Going to instead spend that money on the spine crawler, and we see the spine crawler, whoa, going forward. Keep in mind, 12-second burrow time, quite long. Starting to burrow. Cowsrule pulling off everything. Cowsrule needs to defend this, and if he can, he will pull the win off. And whoa, amazing drone Zergling control by Cowsrule. He will successfully pick off the spine crawler. A couple more Zerglings roll on in for HelloWorld, but the Google Zerg, HelloWorld's all-in cheese, will be held off. Keep in mind, HelloWorld is not done and out of this game. HelloWorld does have his queen out much earlier. Cowsrule trying to do a little bit of counter spine crawler play himself. Let's see if the HelloWorld notices it. It looks like he will get the easy spot against working away at that one spine crawler with his queen, but I don't know if the queen will be able to pick it off in time. Queens do not do that much damage. So we do see, looks like HelloWorld not going to overreact. Just going to calmly use his queen to try to pick that off. Still sending Zerglings over. Unit counting station, we see both players essentially equal, except that HelloWorld does have that queen up earlier and has a lot more Zerglings out. It looks like he's going in for another attack, sees a spine crawler, is forced to retreat, but is trying to just peel the Zerglings away from the spine crawler. HelloWorld losing another Zergling. There's a speed going down for Cowsrule. Now with the speed up and the spine crawler, this means that Cowsrule can easily do a lot of counterattacking style action. Counterattacking, very easy when you have the spine crawler there for defense. In the meantime, we do see HelloWorld has not done anything yet with his gas, still continuing to add on larva. We see that queen getting a little bit higher on energy. HelloWorld pulling everything back for the retreat. So Cowsrule finally getting his first queen up. In the unit station, we see, look at how far ahead HelloWorld is in the worker count. 17 to 9, doubling his opponent. I mean, if you just look at the income, you can clearly see the effect of it. And with that queen there for the defense, HelloWorld is in more than comfortable shape. looking very, very good for Team Google right now. Cowsrule, who lost to that all-in play in Game 2, may have lost to an early 8 pool in this game. HelloWorld continuing to add on. Plenty of larva. There's the Zergling speed going down. You hear a little unburrowage going on. Looks like the Spine Crawler is still back safely in the main. And there's the speed finishing up for Cowsrule. Ooh, Cowsrule getting a little bit overeager. Wait a minute! Cowsrule managed to sneak a Spine Crawler in, unbeknownst to... Oh my gosh, Cowsrule snuck in a Spine Crawler! And somehow, HelloWorld and I missed it, and it looks like we're going to see an incredible defense attempt by HelloWorld. He is taking a lot of heavy hits. The speed and the distractions were enough to get that Spine Crawler down, and it looks like that Queen pops up in time. HelloWorld does manage to stay alive. With more Speed Zerglings rolling on in, HelloWorld is looking a little bit tenuous. Oh no, the Queen pops out on the wrong side. She is caught vulnerable, but fortunately the drones arrive to save her just in time. And amazingly enough, Cowsrule with the goofy, well, let me just sneak a Spine Crawler into your base play. Managing to pull back ahead in the unit station we see there is still a drone lead. In the pink Zerg camp, the Google Zerg still doing okay, but the Microsoft Zerg just sneaking a little Spine Crawler in from the backside. HelloWorld now trying to defend with a handful of Speed Zerglings of his own, but Cowsrule getting a pretty good surround, killing off a good number. And again, the Queen vulnerable. The drones will have to be pulled again. A Spine Crawler defense going down for HelloWorld. He's trying to get his own Zerglings up. We see 25-6 is the Zergling differential. Cowsrule on the better end of that. Fewer drones, but a lot more pressure. Trying to target fire anything he can to do any damage that he can. The Spine Crawler is still not quite yet done, and it looks like Cowsrule goes for some serious damage. Manages to pick off a drone in the process, but with that Spine Crawler up, Cowsrule will have to retreat for now, but suddenly HelloWorld in a very tenuous position, looking not so good for the pink Google Zerg, the green Microsoft Zerg Cowsrule, demonstrating why he loves cows so much. Cow pride going for it in this game. The Queen again getting caught a little bit off. Have to be so careful. In the meantime, Cowsrule is doing nothing but making Zerglings at this point. Just constant pressure, trying to hit from both sides. The Queen able to stay alive at this point in time. Zerglings trying to run in from 2 angles at once. HelloWorld still trying to sneak ahead with the drone count. Oh no! The Queen ends up getting taken out, and Cowsrule slips out once again. And as we can see, the money is not high enough for HelloWorld to replenish that Queen at this point in time. That sneak Spine Crawler play by Cowsrule, so brilliant. Somehow managing to get away with that. I will never know how. But now suddenly Cowsrule is the one with the Queen advantage and is taking the expansion, and that is the last thing HelloWorld wants to see. He doesn't even have a Queen. He's in a defensive mode. Has not even spent any money to get a Queen. HelloWorld is committed to just trying to get back on his feet right now. And he sees an expansion. Cowsrule getting closer and closer to that win for Microsoft. Feeling very, very comfortable. Cowsrule manages to repel this for the time being. In the main of Cowsrule, we see yet another Spine Crawler going down. Cowsrule playing it out very cautiously. Will likely be moving both of those Spine Crawlers down to his own expansion when it finishes. For the time being, though, Cowsrule just wants to play as cautiously as he can. There's the Roach Warren going down for HelloWorld. He is going to try to do a counter big push, trying to just shove in there with a bunch of roaches, likely rallying with lots of Zerglings, and ooh, Baneling Nest going down for Cowsrule. If he can get a good hit with a Baneling, he can use his superior Zergling and Spine Crawler numbers to defend versus the roaches. But we see the second Queen out now for Cowsrule, the 2 ultra super duper crazy slow Spine Crawlers making their way over to the natural expansion. The Zerglings from Cowsrule planted in the middle of the map, outside of the sight range of HelloWorld. What we do see there is a Baneling Nest of his own going down for HelloWorld. HelloWorld realizes how he needs to put that pressure on. He needs to do the damage back to his opponent. The Queen now does arrive, dealing damage to the Overlord. Going to pick it off momentarily. And now we see drones getting made for Cowsrule. In addition to, for HelloWorld, we see drones also getting made for Cowsrule. A handful of Banelings are in production. Expansion going down for HelloWorld. He is supply blocked, but he will try to get an economic regain. We see the Queen at the ramp, a second Queen there as well. And if HelloWorld gets a big enough roach count up and gets some big Baneling hits of his own, he could crush this huge Zergling force from Cowsrule. Uh-oh, looks like Cowsrule has some intentions to do some attack in action right now. Baneling's almost done for both players. And look at that, rallied straight on in. Baneling's finishing for both. Uh-oh, HelloWorld really needs to get a big hit here, and it looks like Cowsrule. Oh no, both players end up whiffing with their Baneling, and it looks like, wow, the green Banelings do nothing to the pink Banelings, and HelloWorld trying to send out his one lone Baneling. It gets eliminated. Roaches back home, they're ready to defend, will be able to take out everything, but in the meantime, the Zergling cap from Cowsrule is still a little bit higher. He does have to pull back. The Queen getting surrounded. Another Queen falls for HelloWorld. Cowsrule continuing to do wonders with those speed Zerglings, but with these Roaches on the way, it's going to be a little tougher for the green Zerg to continue that aggression. 6 Roaches out right now. And Cowsrule only just now adding in the Evolution Chamber and Roach Warren of his own. But look at this drone saturation from Cowsrule. We see 35 to 26. Cowsrule, who was behind by a factor of 2 in the early stages of this game, now way far ahead. More larvae popping off. HelloWorld continuing to add. And it looks like he might just commit to a huge pressure attack right now. Layer also going down for Cowsrule. Second extractor, third one at the natural expansion. Another Overlord gets taken out. Cowsrule doing a good job getting those in good position. Still trying to poke around with these speed Zerglings, trying to do whatever damage that he so can. And now we see Cowsrule going for that essential +1 attack upgrade. This means that Cowsrule's Roaches will kill Zerglings in 2 shots instead of 3. So important. But will he have time to get it up? It looks like HelloWorld trying to move out with a big Roach push of his own. Baneling's popping on out. Cowsrule losing an Overlord. Looks like HelloWorld wants to even up that Overlord kill count. But it's a very difficult spot for HelloWorld. Does he try to do enough pressure to win the game right now, or does he try to catch up with an economic lead? Problem is, Cowsrule is very far ahead. With these 4 spine crawlers, he's going to be virtually impregnable from any attack that incomes. Note, though, that they're relatively even in food, but that can be a little deceptive due to the fact that most of HelloWorld's food is in these Roaches. And the Roaches cannot really do much of anything. Zerglings can run around, do harassment, pick off these destructible rocks, still retreat to defend. Roaches essentially have to stay put to defend or move out and commit to an attack. Makes this sort of food deficit from HelloWorld very, very bad because almost all his food is tied up with these Roaches that, once again, are not doing anything. So Cowsrule will take out his destructible rocks, take himself a early 3rd base. Now that the layer is done, speed for the Roaches going down. This adds a lot of versatility to the Roach count. And Cowsrule, man, it looks like he is well aware of his lead, spreading out his Overlords. Look at the Overlords just marching out to the center of the map, getting better vision control over the center. And in the meantime, if we look at the HelloWorld cam, that is the only Overlord that he has in the middle of the map, is sending forward a Suicide Zergling that's going to be greeted by a giant pack of those spine crawlers. Ugh, HelloWorld needs to pull a miracle soon. Cowsrule playing it off great, just extending his lead by taking more expansions. HelloWorld now getting speed and +1 of his own. But it does appear that with this burrow upgrade popping down now for Cowsrule, look, a few seconds from being done, suddenly Overseers are going to have to come into the fray, and Cowsrule looks like he is syncing up a burrow speed attack. And here comes the speed for those Roaches. I swear it's coming, and there it is. Now the Roaches have speed moving really quickly across the map. HelloWorld does not want to see that. Has an almost dying Zergling trying to pull back in time. There's a couple of Banelings there. Those could be the huge swing over in favor of one or the other. In the unit counting station, we see more Roaches out right now for Cowsrule. Banelings do not manage to hit there, but will they get the back? No! It looks like another Queen gonna fall down again. The Zerglings and Roaches now overrunning HelloWorld. Cowsrule does have that +1 attack upgrade. We see in production 11 Roaches for Cowsrule. He is going to pull back now that he's done the damage of killing off another Queen. We see that they're both identical in the units lost tab, but Cowsrule with that earlier expansion is just pulling so far ahead, and there is the gold up, just now starting to build some drones to saturate that and get an even more so ridiculous income rate. The +1 armor going down. We see more Roaches being rallied forward by Cowsrule. Getting a little bit overeager, those Roaches are. Going to have to try to pull back, calm themselves down a little bit. The adrenaline flowing through these Zergy units in the festive green. Another Queen popping out right now. Still 7 Roaches popping out at a time for HelloWorld. Doesn't have that second Queen out yet. Ooh, spots these Roaches off guard. Oh, and the burrow! Man, just a save Cowsrule as he makes this a little bit of a glitch mistake. Overseer popping up. But Cowsrule still has the time to unburrow and retreat. There, he does manage to get out in time. HelloWorld, an increasingly large roach force, but it is still behind his opponents, 38 to 36 in the roach count. And once this gold begins getting up and running, Cowsrule will be in a great spot. And poor HelloWorld, having lost so many queens, can't even spend his money. He doesn't quite have the larva to do so. Cowsrule having some spotting roaches there. HelloWorld in a little bit of a bind. He has a lot of roaches surrounding him. We also see the infestation pit going down for Cowsrule. HelloWorld, the Zerg from Google, was up against the ropes once a spine crawler snuck into the back of his base at the start of the game. And ever since then, Cowsrule has just been extending his lead more and more and more, now making 9 roaches at a time. Drone trying to sneak down to that south side, maybe to sneak an expansion, maybe to scout. Either way, Cowsrule still ahead by 1 in that roach count, but when the infestors begin to pop up, that is going to swing the favor heavily towards the green Zerg. Spine crawlers advancing, and wow, it is going to be a snuck expansion by HelloWorld. Very risky placement, but he knows that green has stranglehold over the top of the map, and oh, Cowsrule with a big surround, having the perfect angle, controlling his roaches amazingly well. Hoots and hollers from Microsoft all around. Oh no! HelloWorld getting caught off guard again, and Cowsrule pushing in for a kill. Has so many roaches advancing, now even building Zerglings to rally into the front. Overseer joined in to deal with any burrow. All the drones getting pulled off for HelloWorld. Roaches from Cowsrule in incredible numbers. Cowsrule close to max with 45 drones against only the 18, now 15 of HelloWorld. Roaches from HelloWorld trying to sprint down. Infestors now even trying to pop out for the pink Zerg, but Cowsrule just has so many units. Zerglings now bouncing into the fray. All sorts of green Zerg units now making their way to that natural expansion. The Queen catches on acid fire. All these poor overlords from HelloWorld can only hope to puke their way to victory by spewing that creep onto the green Zerg units, but HelloWorld down to just 16 food, not giving up yet, in a absolutely unwinnable position, and Cowsrule rolling over 183 food to 3, expanding past his opponent's other expansion. Cowsrule sneaking in yet another spine crawler onto the base of HelloWorld. HelloWorld having absolutely nothing. 0 of 180, and it might be a spine crawler victory. HelloWorld with a good game. Well played. Microsoft are the winners today. Microsoft winning the very first inaugural match of the After Hours Gaming League. In the overall standings, that puts Microsoft at 1 win, 0 losses for the team, and Google down 0-1, but no big deal. Still a total of 7 weeks worth of play, 6 remaining. Definitely tune in at AfterHoursGaming.tv. Follow your favorite players. Continue to watch. See you next time.